Chelsea Football Club exclude Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia and Wesley Fofana from their squad, but not the Premier League one, the Conference League one. I'll explain to you why this is genius, and it's actually showing common sense, which football clubs in 2024 don't tend to do. Furthermore, Cole Palmer has achieved a great significant award. He is in the nominations for the Ballon d'Or, and we're going to review why this individual deserves to score very highly in that category. And finally, we have got excellent news regarding Chelsea Football Club and their finances, because everybody told me my club is going to be under sanctions. Everybody told me my club, they don't know what they're doing, they're going to get in trouble, there's going to be a points reduction. Well, evidently Todd Bowley and co know exactly what they're doing, and the hotels, well, they're acceptable now. I'll let you know what that means. And finally, we're not meant to get too excited about Estevao Willian, but you know what? I saw some statistics and it made me very excited, because what he's doing at age 17, and now he's got a Brazilian national team call up at age 17, Neymar was doing. And I'm telling you now, we need to start getting excited, because Kendry Paez is good, Anson Mino is good, Mike Penders is good, Estevao is the next level. Genuinely, I can't believe what he's doing at age 17. So before we get started, what's the first thing you do when you come home? You wash your hands. What's the first thing you do when you watch the Kavkas View? Come on guys, you hit that like button, because 1,000 likes really support the channel massively. And furthermore, if you're new to the channel and you like the way I present my information regarding Chelsea Football Club and football in general, subscribe, because this is the place to be. Let's get started. Cole Palmer yesterday was nominated as one of the nominated individuals for the Ballon d'Or award. He goes into the top 30 best players in the world based on the award. Look, I know this award is very subjective. Individuals vote, such as the captain, I think, of the national team and the manager, for the best players from every country. And then what ends up happening is you accumulate points and you become nominated. However, what I want to do is appreciate Cole Palmer, because one thing I really realized was my favorite player of all time, I'm not saying he's the best player, my favorite player of all time is Eden Hazard. I never gave him the flowers he deserved on a regular basis. And now when I go back and I watch him, I go, this guy was unbelievable. And you know what? I don't want this to happen with Cole Palmer, because Cole Palmer expresses himself on the football pitch. He's productive, puts up crazy numbers, and he had a season last year that was to die for. Like I said this the other day, and people got really angry when I said this. I don't think Cole Palmer could ever have a season like he did last year, because of how good that season was. That season was marvelous. His numbers were on point, his performances were on point. He was scoring winning goals, he was assisting last minute, he was dragging the team to victories. Genuinely, there's no more he could have done last year. If he wrote at the start of the season a fairy tale season for himself on an individual perspective, he wouldn't have been able to write the script he done. He scored 4 in a game. He scored a hat-trick last minute. He was putting Panenka penalties in. He was scoring free kick. Overall, he deserves to be nominated. He deserves to get the accolades, and well done to him. However, now back to football and what's going on with Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club have decided to exclude Cole Palmer, Romeo Lavia and Wesley Fofana from the Conference League group stage squad. A lot of people are saying, why are they doing this? Well, I'm going to explain to you why they're doing this. It's actually very simple. Romeo Lavia has had ongoing injury issues. Do you think it's a good idea for him to be flying London to Kazakhstan, London to Austria, London to wherever we're playing in the Conference League, right? The reality is that's not a good idea. You don't want to put his body under so much pressure. Make sure he stays in London. Make sure he's recovering while the team's away. They should be able to handle it. Wesley Fofana, it's a similar tale. Wesley Fofana's had 2 years worth of injuries. It's something that we need to do and manage him. And then Cole Palmer. People were saying, what are you doing? We could have had a 50 GNA season. I don't care about no 50 GNA season. The reality is I want Cole Palmer rested and ready for the Premier League. He is our most important player. He is our best player. I know there is this notion that, listen, if Reece James plays, he's a world-class player. He is our best player. I think that notion has been debunked, purely based on the fact that I think Cole Palmer is the only world-class player that we definitively have that has proven it in the last 18 months. He is absolutely unreal. This is no shade at Reece James whatsoever. I just think Reece James at this moment in time hasn't played enough football for me to sit there and chest out say, you know what, he's the best right back in the world. He hasn't, and that's just the reality of it. When he comes back within 5 games, if I start seeing what 75% of what Reece James was, I'm going to say it. He's the best right back in the world because of how talented he is. But Cole Palmer at the moment, I don't need him going flying out to Astana, to Noah, and to play Shamrock Rovers. I don't need this. I need him to be rested and ready for the Premier League games. But what has happened? Who has come in? Well, the squad is announced and it's over here on the screen. You guys would have seen it already. I think what was really nice to see was Josh Achimpong is within the squad. I've been calling for him to get minutes. I think it's important we integrate these young players in this tournament and make them feel part of the culture of the club. If this happens, we are showing an example to everyone else at Cobham. There's an avenue to get through to the club. And in the future, if we want to move them on, pure profit is there. And at the same time, they move on to bigger and better things in terms of professional football careers in their lives. Or they make it at Chelsea. Furthermore, Romeo Lavia's exclusion means Cesar Cassidy, massive opportunity. Kane Chukwuemeka, huge opportunity. Dyer and McMahon, I think that's how it's pronounced. They're two Cobham graduates. Dyer reminds me of Jorginho. The way he plays in that six, he is a carbon copy of a Jorginho. Gets the ball, sprays it, short passes left, right, really intelligent. I really want to see how he acclimatizes to the men's game and the physicality of it. It's going to be very interesting. I hope we see these kids get opportunities here and there. And finally, with Cole Palmer, do I even need to talk about it? Outside of Tyreek George, we got Mikhailo Mudryk, Jadon Sancho, Nkunku was registered, and so was Joao Felix. Noni was registered. We have got an abundance of talents in the final third. We should be fine for goals. Honestly, this is a very mature move from Chelsea. I personally would have left out more people, but the reason they haven't is because in January, if we go through, God forbid we don't get through, you can only bring 3 players back in. So guess which 3 players are coming back in. Now in regards to the hotels, look, a lot of people have been saying Chelsea are going to breach PSR. Chelsea are not going to be, are not doing this legally. And what did I always say on this channel? We are not qualified to talk about this because we don't have the insight. Well, I'm not going to go into crazy details and explain to you how Chelsea avoided PSR or how Chelsea legalized PSR and how they met their liabilities. We're not doing that. What I'm going to tell you is James Ollie from ESPN is reporting that the Premier League has approved that the hotels are acceptable to value as assets, which kind of makes sense, right? If a business owns football players, they own the building that they work in. And what Chelsea did essentially is use the hotels that they own and they transferred it from Chelsea to Blueco. And now that Blueco has them, Blueco is officially the owners of the hotels, and I'm guessing when they sell Chelsea, they'll sell the thing to the next owners, and Blueco will denounce their rights to the stadium, and the club will regain it, the hotels, and the club will regain it again. So for me, I feel very out of my depth talking about this, but I just thought I'd ease people's minds because people were expecting a points deduction. I don't think we're getting one anytime soon. This is great news. Yo, the final piece of news that we need to talk about is Estevao Willian, right? Listen, Chelsea signed Estevao, and the signing in the beginning was getting a lot of negative energy, especially from the chat. I never understood why, because I've got no problem with a club investing huge money into the next big things, like Kendry Pierres, Al Salmino, who's going to get a call up for the Argentina team in the near future, Mike Penders, who's a goalkeeper that is absolutely amazing and looks like a regen of Thibaut Courtois. But Estevao looks like the next level. And I'm going to explain to you guys why, right? Neymar broke through at Santos age 17. Played 33 games, 10 goals, 7 assists. This kid, 21 games, 8 goals, 7 assists. And if you watch compilations of what he's doing, it is unbelievable. Guys, they are in a title race. In Brazil, the football is very physical at league level. I think a lot of people have this perception of South American football as, oh my God, it's beautiful, jogo bonito. People are absolutely doing rainbow flip flaps. It's not like that. Very physical, very aggressive, open games, and more importantly, defenders crunch you. This kid is making people look stupid. He has got a call up for Brazil. I can't wait personally to watch him because I think it will be a good litmus test. We saw Endrick in Serie A. Endrick's numbers weren't as good. Endrick's numbers were nowhere near as good. And now we're seeing Endrick in La Liga. He looks a little bit underweight. He looks a little bit, what's the word, out of his depth. He's just not ready for the pace. Estevao, on the other hand, looks unreal at Serie A level. I want to see what he looks like at international level, and then we will see in the summer what he looks like at Chelsea level, because this kid looks crazy talented, like genuinely crazy talented. I am so excited to see him at Chelsea Football Club. He's going to be 18 next year. He's going to come in the summer. We're going to have Kendrick Pies. It's going to be unreal. Like, the squad is going to form and we are going to have a lot of options. It's going to be exciting how the club balance it out, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button. Like I said, 1,000 likes go a long way. Subscribe to the channel, and in the comments below, let's drop some pineapples, man. Like you already know, right? That's the best way I know which one of you are the real ones and watch it to the very end. Hit that pineapple in the comments below. Peace out. I'm out. Have a lovely day.